Hello everyone, Salty Sweet Ren here with something a little different and a little bit new for the channel. Yes, we are here in the Create a Sim part of The Sims 3, and yes, we are working with the Create a Cat section, but this isn't exactly connected to my Create Your Cat series, or it's actually not part of my regular Warriors challenge at all. This is just kind of a fun idea I had based on, how many of the cats I created in my game and in past just solo versions of the Warriors challenge that I created, just kind of based on some of that. So if you're a fan of the Warriors, series and like the books and like all the content that's created in general, one thing that some people do is some people like to create their own clan of cats for like fan fiction or role play or just like creating their own stories. And one thing that becomes popular if people can't think of the cats is random name generators. There's a ton of them out there. So many different random name generators out there that you can use if you just look it up. And I've always found it kind of fun to mess around, see what names pop up. One of my favorites once gave me names like Mouthbird and Running Runner. I actually think Mouthbird appeared in my old version of the Warriors Challenge, and Mouthbird is also available on the Sims Exchange. I made her and put her up there. But anyway, what's fun for me sometimes is actually to take these names and imagine what the cat would look like with that name. Like I mentioned, I made Mouthbird. I've also made other cats that some of them are up on the exchange, some of them are not. But I like to take them and create them in Sims 3. And even some of the cats that are in this current challenge that I've been doing, my Sims 3 Warriors challenge, some of them were made based on that Warriors name generator, like Finch Dapple, Vixen Mask, Petal Spots, all of them. They were originally created using that generator. And I have always found like super fun, and I kind of want to go through my process when I do it, and like, maybe make a little bit of a challenge out of it. So I figured in between episodes of the Create Your Cat series, and while I'm like waiting for submissions and recording episodes of other stuff and everything, why not do an additional series? The Create Your Cat series is going up every other Saturday, so why not do this during the Saturdays between? I will be doing one of my favorite things, which is taking those randomly generated names and figuring out what kind of crazy, zany, fun-looking cats I can make based on those names. Maybe some of them will look a little more close to what the name describes. Some of them may look a little bit more out there. We'll figure it out as we go along. It's going to be kind of fun. And remember, this is not part of my regular Warriors challenge. These cats are not going to appear in the world of my Warriors challenge. This is just for fun. This is not connected to my Warriors challenge in any way. But with all that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and jump in, and let's see what the first name is. Okay, that's a fun name. I'm using the Silverpelt Warriors name generator. And the first name that popped up is Duckfur. Duckfur will be kind of a fun idea to play with, so let's go ahead and call you Duckfur. I'll say Duckfur is a warrior. I didn't get the W in there for some reason. Okay, so what will Duckfur look like? What does Duckfur look like in my head? I'm imagining a brown cat. Maybe kind of a mottled coat, because some ducks kind of have that kind of... You're gonna have definitely that kind of speckled look. I definitely want to try and use this as the basis for it, or something similar. Maybe not quite that look, but maybe we can use this and tilt it a little bit more to the brown side of things. It's a little more brown rather than ginger. Here, we'll kind of mess around with this a bit, I think. Let's go ahead. Actually, let's remove a lot of the... Maybe this isn't quite what I wanted to go for. I'm just probably gonna erase most of the markings. This was not what I wanted to go for. Oh well. We're basically doing this all from scratch now. Kind of this light brown color. And I'm thinking of using this. I definitely want to have a similar dark brown coloration. Let's see. Something like that, and I want to make it look a little bit more mottled. So, there we go. We've kind of got this kind of stripy look going on there. It's always a fun look right there. I think you'll have white paws, but I'll get to that eventually. Let's see. Do I want to do anything with your face? Maybe do that and the opposite side as well. Oh, that's fun. That is a fun looking cat. Let's look at the full body. Yeah, stand on up. Let's mess with the tail a bit. Tail, do I want the tail to be striped? Oh, I didn't even realize just how different these two are. Okay, I think I can put something on the tail right there eventually. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and give it that same kind of dark brown color. And now I'm going to go ahead and go into regular markings. And let's start to, let's actually do some fun, slightly opaque markings, like I like to do. If you have seen my, my Create Your Cat series, you know I like to kind of mess around, give the cats kind of these opaque markings that kind of just give a little bit more texture to their fur. Like they might show up in later generations. It's a ton of fun. The opposite side, does that look good? That looks a little better. I also want to get that shoulder taken care of because that shoulder looks very bare. The shoulders, I need to deal with the shoulders. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull that up there. Or actually, I think I can take this particular marking and bring it up here. Let's see. I want to bring this down below all the other markings actually, so we've got it on that side. Let's bring it over to the opposite side. A little too low. There we go. Okay, that looks about right-ish. Maybe I can make it fade just a little more. That looks better. Okay. And I wanted to do one like right near the tail as well, didn't I? Let's kind of rotate that on around. There we go. That looks a little better. Meanwhile, on top of all these, I had another idea for markings I wanted to do, which is this. This is a fun thing to use as a marking. When I want to have like a more textured look, I'm going to do some kind of pale browns. Looks kind of like a grayish brown. Gonna put that there, decrease the opacity just a bit so it definitely appears, but it's not like overwhelming. And let's get this going throughout the fur. There. And a little bit like right along here. Let's get some into the tail as well. You probably hear one of my cats messing around with the scratching post right now. Yeah, that looks fine. And I said I want to have some white paws, so I'm gonna do that. Let's get white paws. Let's get this paw will be a little bit more of like a sort of this shade of white. I think is about right for what I'm doing. And on the back, a little higher up maybe. There we go. So that is a good body type for duck fur. Now, what kind of fur? Medium length, maybe? It's definitely something more medium length. I'll put the fur density around there. Fluffy rear. Maybe fun to play with. Fluffy tail as well. I actually do like that fur length right there. So I'm gonna put that there. So duck fur. Okay, let me get your body type going. Gonna go in and start changing all sorts of stuff up. Let's see, I kind of want to decrease the foreleg scale, increase. I feel like that actually looks a little better with it increased like that. Short legs sounds about right actually, so we'll give you shorter legs, but to kind of balance that, we're going to make them a little thicker. Hind leg scale, let's make that a little thicker. Yep, that seems about right. You look like a fun cat. Body length, I think is about right. Let's increase the thickness, though. I don't know, duck fur just seems like a little fun cat. Chest scale, that's okay. Tail thickness, I do kind of want to be a little bit thicker. Tail length, let's actually shrink that down a bit. Stomach scale, that's fine. Okay, let's change the head a bit. Let's see, forehead height. Totally changes everything. Let's make it a pretty big head. We're gonna have a big forehead. Head profile, it's like how far into the face it goes. Let's go about here, maybe. Skull shape. Kind of flatter or rounder. That seems about right for me. See, the flew length is at its max. If I decrease that, nope, I want that to stay. Chin length? Chin scale, I mean. Yeah, that's about right. Okay, that seems good. Let's go to like more detailed stuff now. The face. It's ear width. About there. ear flop. Let's actually flop one of the ears. Should be right or left. I can, because I have certain mods, I can do this. I think they were created by 1 Euromut. Let's see the other ear, actually. Right. Someone called 1 Euromut has posted a number of different sliders that can be messed with. Let's just to balance that, we'll flop the other ear just a bit. Seems about right. For the ears, I think that looks good for the ears. Let's go to the eyes. I'm thinking kind of more greenish eyes than this. So, let's see. That's a fun one. And definitely moving that to more yellowish color, actually. Kind of want to get like a more of a swampy green color than like a minty foresty green, so let's go ahead and darken that just a bit. That looks about right for the shade of green I'm going for. Eye shape might be fun to kind of toy around with like that. Muzzle will be fun, something I want to take a look at. Muzzle height shape. Something more like this seems about right. Muzzle width can be quite narrow, actually. Doesn't need to be like super long. Muzzle height might be fun to put a little bit lower. Makes for an interesting looking cat when it's a lower muzzle. Muzzle length. If I decrease, or I'll put it about here. That looks fun. For a cat named Duckfur, you definitely look like a Duckfur. Let's change your nose as well. It's something that kind of looks about right for somewhere around there. Looks about right for a cat named Duckfur. Wait, for that coloration, I mean. Okay, I think that looks right. Don't want to mess around with the cheek, jaw, anything. No, I think that's good. Cheek definition. Cheekbone. Nope, just gonna leave that as is. Yeah, having shorter legs does mess with some of the animations. But for the difference it makes in what a cat looks like, it's kind of worth it sometimes. Just to balance it out, I may, let me see, where is it? Body length. There it is. Gonna shorten that just a bit. Gonna be a smaller looking cat. And let's see, what personality should you have? Or typically for this, I just kind of randomize. That's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to randomize your traits to see how you turn out. So I'm going to do it 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're a genius, hunter, and shy. And yeah, let's give you a lower voice. Okay. So, oh my goodness, your paws are so big. I love your big paws. It is so fun. Okay, so this is Duckfur, the first of the cats. So I'm going to be doing 2 more, and give me just a second to pull up the next cat. Huh. This is an interesting name. Mistlecloud. Mistle is in like mistletoe. So Mistlecloud, let me see. What does Mistle look like? I'm imagining it's a plant, because mistletoe is like that stuff with like the berries. So if everything says just mistletoe. Mistle plant? It's always mistletoe, so... But there's something called a mistle thrush. Based on what I know, the plant is, I think it has white berries, right? the real plant, yeah, the plant mistletoe does have white berries. The bird itself that I saw, the mistle thrush, has kind of a whitish color. So this for some reason, the cat that popped up looks exactly like how I imagined Mistle Cloud would look. I do want to give some tweaks. This is just is this the Oriental Shorthair or the Egyptian Mao? Either way, I do want to give some tweaks to this because it's no fun to just mess around with the default, because the whole point of this is to mess around with what the cat looks like. That's what makes half the fun. So let's at least alter the coloration somewhat. Let's go with like a paler color. Ooh, that kind of brightened up everything, didn't it? And let's put some markings underneath that stripey look, just to see what happens. So we're gonna put some fun markings underneath in here. I'm not gonna be doing the same markings that I do. I'm gonna do a few different kinds. One is gonna be kind of a pure white, maybe like an off, like kind of a grayish tone. And let's do the opacity just a bit. You can kind of like see it's gonna kind of ripple around. Opposite side as well. I'm gonna do more than just this kind of mark though. Let's do something else a little different. Maybe something like this, a little bit bigger. Gonna be at even lower opacity. But let's go a little more towards, not actually gray. Let's go, it's kind of fun to like do stuff that like in the right lighting shows up a different color. In the right lighting, this may appear slightly green, giving her kind of like a plant look. Let's go ahead and do that. And up here by her head, this will make for some interesting looks, I suppose. And in addition, I want to do something that will like, show up beneath her pelt that will blend in with. Let's do something like kind of along up here down to the base of her tail. It's gonna be at half opacity. Let's bring down that. Let's actually go with something more like this. There we go. I do have a cat that does have like a kind of a darker stripe along his back. The fur there never quite lies flat, which is kind of fun. It does make her look really cool. Yeah, I think this is what Mistle Cloud's pelt will mainly look like. It comes from the one that we just started with, but like it works so well. And we made it like a little bit more dynamic, a little more interesting, just by putting a little bit of stuff kind of at different opacity underneath the patterns. And let's go ahead and look at fur shape. Fur length, let's go to half. Fur density. Okay. Let's go slightly longer fur just so we can see it. I do have an issue sometimes where sometimes the fur on the cat doesn't quite show up. You can usually tell that with the skinny glitch kittens that pop up around the world sometimes. It's a little annoying. Okay, long tail makes it a little easier to see. There we go. Still a short-haired cat, but it's easier to see the fur. And let's go to the body shape. Let's see. I think I'll make you a little smaller, not too much. Like just a couple shifts down. There we go. Body length, maybe shrink it down just a bit. Body thickness, let's actually slim you down a bit. Neck scale, that's fine. Chest scale, that's fine. Tail thickness, it's fine. Tail length, let's actually make your tail a little longer. It's kind of fun. I think your head shape looks pretty much fine for how I imagine you would look. But let's go ahead and tweak stuff like the ears. Kind of want the ears to be, there's ear tip angle. I want to be upwards a little bit more. Eyes I imagine to be more of a dark green color instead of dark blue. So let's go to kind of like that minty green right there. And kind of more of a solid green. Gonna lighten up that black. Or maybe I won't, except it doesn't make much of a difference. The white here I'm gonna make into like a darker green. Okay, yeah, I think those eyes look good. And let me actually tweak that a little more towards, yeah, a little, just a little bit. Everything should be like tweaked a little bit more towards like a minty looking color, I suppose, so. There we go, that looks a little better. So, those are some good eyes right there. Muzzle width, let's actually, it doesn't need to be like super skinny. We can also raise the muzzle height a bit. And that just makes her face look completely different, is when you change the muzzle height. I think that looks good. So that seems like a good face. And now let's do, let's randomize her traits 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, genius, non-destructive, and proud. I think that she'd make for a very good warrior. Let's give her a higher pitched voice. Yeah, that sounds about good. So that is Mistle Cloud, and let's pull up the last cat. Okay, interesting name. Eelheart. So let's get Eelheart up here. Okay. So, Eelheart. What would Eelheart look like? I'm gonna look through the breeze just to get some ideas. Actually, I think that the body type looks about right. Eelheart, I imagine being like a mostly black cat, actually. That's what it's starting to pop up in my head, is a mostly black cat. Maybe like a few specks of white in said black cat's fur. So, gonna go with a black coloration here. Definitely gonna want to make the nose darker. I'm gonna go with like one of the darker shades of black, actually. Just so I make things a little bit more visible. The chin I like to do as kind of, like a lighter color, just so I can actually see it. Makes it a little easier to work with. I could just do... Nah. I just want the chin. I don't need the whole mouth. But anyway, mostly black cats. We don't need the belly to be white. But let's go ahead and get some white markings going. Just a handful here and there. Not super visible, but like let's get like a couple like near the eye maybe. Eye markings are a little harder to do when they're like this. But, like... let's get something like there. And that does not look like what I wanted to do. Hey, that actually looks pretty fun. Like a little splotch right up there. Maybe one paw will be white, one forepaw. So you got a white marking on your eye, one white forepaw, maybe something like on your hip right here. So I'm going to go ahead and duplicate that. See if I can get something I can make it a little bigger. Drag it along here. Let's find something else I can work with that looks kind of fun. That'll be fun. Something on your hip, like right around. Tell me what to do. There. And then we'll make the tail have a white tip. So, nope. Tail. White tip. Come on. There we go. Maybe we'll put like another marking like on your leg down here as well. I'll take it from here. Something smaller, something smaller. Not quite that. That doesn't look right. That's... no. If it's still this, it just looks the same. Unless I mix it in with something a little bit more like that. Alter the size a bit. There we go. That actually looks pretty fun for a pelt color. So, eel hearts. This looks like a very fun cat. Just a few little white splotches here and there. Fur shape. Let's see, gonna increase the fur length a bit. Change density just so I can see that. You've also got short length fur. I'm gonna go a full fluffy tail here. And decrease the density so you've got like a very smooth pelt. Yeah, that looks about right. And actually I will decrease the fur length just a bit. Still got a fluffy tail. Still have decent looking fur. But you're kind of a sleek looking cat. Before I actually go out of the coat editing, let me go ahead to like down here and let me actually head down below all the markings and do my favorite thing, which is to kind of put like those streaks in the cat's fur, but this time it's gonna be like sort of a gray color, lower the opacity a bit, and let's do like really long, all the way up the body, opposite sides again. Just give it that really sleek look. Yeah, that looks like fun. That looks like a fun cat. Yeah. I'm very happy with this coat. So, let's go into the shape. I feel like you may be a skinny cat, but you might be kind of tall. So, cat size, let's take you up a bit. Body thickness will decrease. Body length, let's increase a bit, because I imagine being based on eel, you'd have a long body. Let's also increase the tail length too. looks mostly okay. Ears, I want to change the ear shape. That is an option. Yeah, ear shape. Let's make them more pointed. Ear tip angle. A little more out there. Ear scale is max seems about right. Decrease it just a tiny bit. Still looks good. Eyes. I do like them being amber, but I want them to be kind of like a brighter amber than this. So let's get a brighter amber color eyes going. Let's get this to be like that. That's being... Yeah, that looks good. Nose definitely needs to be changed. Black cats typically have a black nose. That looks right. Everything about Eelheart looks perfectly fine, actually. So you're a bigger cat, a little skinnier. But you're super handsome. Super handsome cat. So let's go ahead and randomize your traits, Eelheart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So you're destructive, independent, and skittish. So you're a little bit more nervous and you're more likely to destroy things and you like being on your own a bit more. I think I raise your voice just a little bit higher. Yeah, that seems about right. So, guys, I think I've just made our 3 cats. That is Duckfur, Mistlecloud, and Eelheart. That is just based on the Warrior's Name Generator from silverpelt.co.uk. It's a pretty good name generator. There's others out there. I think I'll continue doing this series into the future. If you guys enjoyed it, please go ahead and hit like and leave a comment down below telling me your thoughts. And if you want to see more of it, please hit subscribe and you'll be notified when any future videos come up. And I will see you guys in the next video. Stay safe out there, friends.